So I just sort of explain a little bit about me. So I'm Jules. I'm writing some emails for Lois. One of the things I actually love doing is just connecting with her clients, hearing their success, a little bit about like the backstory, and just following up with like some results and stuff like that. So I was wondering if you could tell me, Janet, uh, what was your business like before you met Lois?
Um, it was gaining a little bit of momentum, but I basically just waiting for people to come to me because they were coming to me.
Yeah.
Um, but we had some quotas recently given to us at a place where I work, which is called Balanced You. And shortly after there, I'd been hearing some things about Lois for like the last year and kind of just passively taking some of her classes, not
Yeah.
really implementing, but with these quotas, I felt like I had to. And so
Yeah.
that was in October. And then I just like tripled my sales actually, by following just two little simple things that she um, challenged me to do. And then we had weekly phone calls that kind of course, kept me accountable.
Yeah. Can I backtrack just a little bit because we
Sure,
skipped over some details? So,
sure, sure.
um, what were you selling that were you having like referrals come to you? Like what was your offer at that time before you met Lois?
Yes, yes. So basically, referrals. I get referrals, and then, or if I talk to someone. So I work with subconscious development, reprogramming your mind
Mm-hmm.
for success, for getting rid of physical pain, which is my own story, and
Mm-hmm.
getting rid of trauma, anxiety, blah blah blah. So of course, I get referrals. Um, but I wasn't actively pursuing any of those myself because I'd been hired as a facilitator for the most part, not as a salesman. So I didn't
Yeah.
really feel the need to, you know, to sell. But once I started listening to Lois's program and doing the simple things that she challenged me to do,
Mm.
then I started, really bringing in the clients,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's
Really, really
awesome.
helping people
So
transform their life.
yeah, I absolutely love that. I want to backtrack a little bit. So it sounds like you had some hesitation to sell or something. So what was, because some people just don't like doing it. I'm curious to hear your side of the
Oh,
story.
no, no. I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people necessarily, not because I'm afraid, just I
Yeah.
don't want to. um, it's just not my thing. And so when the opportunity presented itself for us to sell, I kind of had a very negative, not kind of, let's say I had a very negative connotation about salesmen. I just felt like they were not always honest, and they just wanted to make a sale. And
Mm-hmm.
Lois kind of dispelled all of those myths and it made it super easy with permission-based sales, one of the programs that I took from her, which I loved, because then I'm not pressuring people to buy. I'm just simply stating, do you know anybody that could benefit from this? And that was true for me. That was true for me. So I didn't have to do any of the negative stereotypical things that I thought represented a salesman, which,
Yeah.
I'm sure was false, but that's just what it meant to me.
So was that just years of bad experiences with people selling stuff that made you come to this conclusion that I don't
Yes,
want to be like that person?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So was there like a particular story or scenario where it sort of tricked, so not tricked, the switch flipped for you on your belief on sales?
I think it was that she had me use a daily sheet where I planned my week and out very, very minutely. And then she asked me how many calls I was willing to make every day. And at
Mm,
first, I just said two, and then those two just went so easily, and I made some sales out of those. And that was just working my warm market, people that I knew already, people that had been past clients, or and I simply said, who do you know that could benefit from this? Who do you know that has a physical injury and does not want to do surgery or take drugs to get over it, which was
Right.
my story. And so that was easy because people did know somebody who
Mm.
had those issues.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. I kind of feel silly that I didn't think of it before, but Lois then challenged me to do more. And so then I did 4 a day. And from there, that's when things really took off. And I went from, not really wanting to call people to, yeah, hey, I have an hour break. I get to call people now.
Yeah, that's cool. So did you feel a bit of reluctance or resistance to pick up the phone and call people because you just haven't done that before?
Oh, absolutely. No, it's not. Well, I didn't want to. I don't
Yeah.
like being bothered by a salesman. I don't
Yeah.
answer the phone when people call me and I don't know who it is. I don't answer it. And so why wouldn't someone else feel that same way? And yeah, tons of hesitation. And she just broke it down to make it really, really easy. We went over the verbiage, we went over making the message clear, and
Yeah.
that really helped a ton.
Yeah. And that obviously was when you're inside of the program.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I do want to touch on, say, like the results and all the good stuff. 'Cause you said once you got to this point where you enjoyed getting on the calls, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What made you
Yes.
feel safe to invest with Lois before? Because it was a pretty significant investment, or it wasn't like a small investment. So
It's a pretty significant investment. It
yeah.
was sizable. So what made me decide to do it? That's kind of hard to say.
What made you feel safe? Like she's the right person to
Made me
move
feel
forward.
safe. Well, she had some free stuff that she had released before, and I've listened to that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't really implement it. And then she just talked to me privately about some of the aspects and what she could do for me. She kind of broke it down a little bit into what it would involve. And I think that's what finally made me take the leap. I'm 61, clock's ticking. I gotta get hot on this.
Yeah. But it was the first
I'm
time that
waiting.
she was the first person to introduce you to permission-based marketing and sales,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. And so her and I had a conversation before. She said one big challenge that a lot of her clients faced was they were serial networkers and they didn't know how to quite advance a sales conversation. So is that something that you ran into before you met Lois as well, and still had to develop, while you're with her, getting better at advancing sales conversations?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure,
What did that look like?
sure. Fine tune. That was what made the weekly calls so vital, because we broke down just some of the things, some of the verbiage. She helped me clarify some things. And being familiar with the program that I use, she really gave me some behind the scenes hints, I guess, that made all the difference. And it's hard to say exactly what made the difference, but it gave me the push to, I'd been working with this one person to try to get her to be in my program for over a year. And after about 2 weeks in Lois's program, I decided to call her again, and she agreed. And
That's
so
awesome.
it had to be what Lois was coaching me on.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's awesome. So over a year, what were you feeling like before you dialed her number?
Well, we've kind of become friends over this period, but I felt really like empowered. Like, okay, it's now or never. Got to do it. Let's do it. It was almost like a little shot of adrenaline was going on. Yes, I was pumped. And that, I think that's made the difference. The enthusiasm.
Oh, okay. So that enthusiasm was contagious on the call, and she wanted to sign up because of that, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, sounds like it's really working out for you. So what other skills did you sort of pick up as well inside of Lois's program? Because obviously, following up with people can be tedious and boring, but like it's part of the job to get more
Yeah.
sales. So what are some other things that you had, some other skills you had to acquire to get, more success inside your business?
For me, it was that daily planner of planning out my day, my
Mhm.
whole entire day, because I have a ton of stuff going on. I'm constantly taking classes. I have grandkids, and just the putting down on paper of my whole day, every single day, and having an hour a day to kind of plan things, to put down people's phone numbers, who I was going to call, so that during the day it went really fast. I didn't have to take time out of an already stressful moment to look that up. I just had to pick up my paper and say, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can call this person. So
Yeah.
that was a huge game changer for me, and super easy.
Okay, cool. And were you always a planner, like somewhat planner before? Was it just sort of spontaneous flow?
I'm a planner, but it was in my head. It was all in my head. And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
subject could change.
So was that hard to switch from writing everything down to, just going with what's in your head?
The only part that was hard was getting up an hour earlier because I had to give up a little bit of sleep. That was the only hard part.
But it was worth it, right? Because look
Oh,
where you are now.
totally worth it. Oh,
Yeah.
totally worth it. Oh yeah. Now the alarm goes off, I'm up. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
so with everything that you've built so far, like what are the results? I should ask, what do the results look like since when you first started working with Lois?
Like I said, I tripled my sales.
Triple just, is that like monthly sales you mean?
Yes, my monthly sales. Yes.
Are you open
Absolutely.
to saying how much you went from to what it is now? Or you can say ballpark if you
Um,
don't feel comfortable.
well, this is only a part-time job for me.
Okay.
So actually, on a good week, I spend, like, with clients, maybe only 5 hours, but because of the way it's set up,
Mm-hmm.
I make as much in those 5 hours as I do at my other job, pretty much working, 8 to 10 hours. So I went from just a couple clients a week
Mm-hmm.
to 5 or 6. Um, so yeah, it's kind of hard to say because it's lots of different programs that we sell, lots of different involvement on my end. So yeah, let's just keep it
Yeah.
at that.
Okay, cool. Now she also teaches list building and sending out emails to your list. Is that something you work on too? Was the main transformation being sales conversations?
Mostly the sales conversations. I haven't done too much with the email listing, but that's on my
Agenda.
to-do
Yeah.
stuff. That's definitely on my to-do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with these triple the sales results, that's awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you love now about your business?
That I can quit my other job. That takes a lot more time for a lot less money. That's the best thing, because I really love doing this. And that was the motivation, I think, behind taking this is, with this, I can work less hours and get more pay.
Yep.
And so I have more free time, more time to study, more time to get even better at what I do.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that transition in motion, or
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
when you plan to leave your other job?
Well, I would like to do it in January, but
Oh, that's soon.
yeah, yes, I'd like to do it. And it's not, yeah, there's some personal reasons why I don't, because yeah, I just feel obligated to the other to help out as much as I can, because that's how I am.
You don't want
Right?
to just leave them high and dry. You want to
Yeah, that's the
leave
problem.
leave a good impression before you leave.
Yes. Thank you for finishing that sentence.
Oh, that's okay. I'm a bit of a mind reader like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a little bit of integrity involved in my part.
Yeah, but the plan is like it's all set in motion, and everything you've worked with Lois has helped you set up for this moment where you plan to just
Absolutely.
work less, really enjoy what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, so the plan is to do that by June, just because I'll be done with that other, and then full steam
June or
ahead.
January?
Well, I'd like to do it in January, but because of my personal integrity involved, it's going to happen in June for sure. Sometime in between then.
Okay, so that's your window, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's my window. That's my window.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And one of the last things I want to ask is, who would you recommend Lois's coaching program to?
Oh gosh, anybody who is an entrepreneur of any kind that needs to increase their sales, that actually maybe doesn't like doing sales. She makes it so easy. She's very keeps you held accountable, but doesn't nag. It's very gentle. Like if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. She does, and I need that because I don't want to be pushed. I want to push myself, and she's very intuitive about that. And there's just something about her that she motivates people without being pushy, and that was the game changer for me as far as hiring her.
That's cool. Motivates people without being pushy. I love that.
Yes.
And just wanted to follow up. Why did she make it sales become so easy for you? Like, was it how did she teach you that made it so nice?
I think it was just the slow buildup. Like she didn't, because I had never done sales before, ever. This is brand new to me. And so she didn't like push me in the deep end. It was a gentle, like, how many calls do you think you can make? And she let me decide. And then if I didn't do it, she would encourage without, again, that nagging factor, which for me was a huge turnoff. So she didn't do that.
Have you had coaches do that in the past?
Yes. Yes. And I don't like that.
What did that experience look like?
Well, and like I said, I am I'm a very hard worker. But I want to push myself. I don't want to be pushed. And so that is a turnoff for me. And so that was the thing I liked about Lois, her intuitiveness, that she kind of understood that about me, where other people, I know, because I know other people that she's worked with, she can push because that's the style that they need. So I felt like she catered to my style. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you really enjoyed the personalized approach, and she knew your own boundaries and guidelines to push you just enough where you'd want to do it. Yes.
And she's very relatable too. Like she's had problems and she's not afraid to say those problems. Or things that she's overcome, which for me, that was a huge deal too. Not that you just relate more to someone who's been through the hills and valleys.
Yeah. Okay.
For me personally, right?
Cool. Yeah, Janet, this has been an awesome conversation. Thank you so much. I've got everything I need. If you've got anything else you wanted to add or to finish off with, you're more than welcome to talk about it. But if not, thanks a lot for chatting with me, and hopefully we'll see you around soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Janet. Bye.
Bye.